Hey guys, how you doing? I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I don't want to use my microphone right now because maybe that doesn't help. Maybe you understand me without the microphone. But anyway, let's get to this video. Today's review is a video game adaptation that nobody really wanted. It's from 2016, and to be honest with you, this movie was the worst I've ever seen. This movie is basically Assassin's Creed. It is based on the popular game series of the same name, and all I gotta say is, what the hell were they thinking? It seems like they didn't really have no idea what they wanted to do for this adaptation with the game series. I actually didn't really play much of the games personally. I only played a couple of games like 5 years ago or something like that, but that's basically it. A descendant of the mysterious secret society known as the Assassins uses his newfound knowledge and physical skills to battle the power hungry temple order. That's basically the script. That's basically the plot. I was 10 years late seeing this. Never saw it in theaters. Maybe, it probably didn't give a crap back then either. Um, I didn't miss anything, did I? I didn't miss a lot, did I? I don't think this movie fails because of the action or acting, which are both great for what they are, but rather because of the nature of the game. The movie bounces between two periods, trying to exposition dump just for ratings to make some sense. I played a couple of games, but would recommend just playing Ezio's story over watching this one. This one's on me because I knew going in it would probably be stupid, but man, how did it go over deliver on that? It's just completely horrendous. It's just bad. Only watch because of the cast, but it's really bad. You know, when the third of the budget goes to your lead actor, right? Let's just say don't expect a masterpiece. The monotonous, I don't know if I said that right, monotonous acting and zero character development. I played a couple of the games. I keep repeating myself. They are way more enjoyable and charming than the slop. You know, I love that in this world you can be paid $40 million to produce a performance like this. What a time to be alive. No, not really. This movie does not follow the source material well at all. It was difficult to understand what was going on, and the acting was mediocre at best. The concept of making Assassin's Creed movie bad, the movie they released, despite its visual flair, the story made no sense to me. It felt really disconnected from the games. This movie can definitely be avoided whether you're an Assassin's Creed fan or not. It's like this is for a film made from a computer game. It started pretty strong and went well up to like about two and a half of the way through. The Apple of Eden contains the key to free will. Plotline was always total BS. No, I didn't write that. Sorry, total BS. But the action sequences, subplots, father son, father daughter, potential being realized, were not really bad. Then the ending was a gobsmackingly awful. The assassins assassinated everyone about 2 minutes, and the film just ended. Game over. No, rewrite this, please. I'm not even familiar with the video game, but But I chose to watch this movie like a few months ago because I only played a little bit of the games. It probably would have written a more interesting story if they had just stayed in the past. Michael Fassbender was only this was Michael Fassbender in this movie, right? You know, and you have Jeremy Irons for the second. This is the second movie I'm reviewing of Jeremy Irons. I don't understand why he takes these type of roles. I don't get it. He's way better than that. First he was in the Time Machine, now he's in Assassin's Creed. Like, come on, he's he's a legend, dude. Like, he's way better than that. Why does he accept these roles? I don't understand. I mean, I wish it was half as good as one of their games, with a good idea, mediocre to poor execution. It's unconvincing, boring, just horrible. One of the most boring movies I've ever seen. There's like so many characters and stories. When they riot prisoners die, the camera zooms in on them like they're extremely important characters to the story. Also, how is Cal a part of the Brotherhood now? When was he adopted into the Brotherhood? Not only that, but the beginning of the movie is really, really boring and slow. Not unlike some of the games, but barely anything makes sense. I'd rather wear shoes with glass shards in them, drink petrol, and play the beginning of Assassin's Creed 2 than watch this movie again. Boring, excruciating to sit through, ridiculously complex plot, a waste of good acting talent. Why is it so bad? What went wrong? They just don't follow the games. That's why. That's what went wrong. I just, this movie was really, really crappy and not, just completely horrendous. That it literally makes an episode of Game of Thrones look watchable compared to this crap. This movie is so terrible. It's a really bad adaptation for the hardcore fans' favorite gaming, or really the worst PG-13 movie I've ever watched. The game is fantastic cinematography and better characters and amazing storytelling, but in the movie version, it makes no sense. The picture didn't look right. It's very dusty and dark, and that's very hard to see. Sloppy editing and lame stunts. And spoiler alert, there's no sequel. Of course, there shouldn't be. I don't know, maybe I heard that there was going to be another Assassin's Creed, but it's not a follow-up to this piece of crap. It's like one of the lamest video game adaptations ever. Mad to make a film about Spanish assassin and cast a white guy. Why didn't they use two different actors? I'll never understand. I do question to whoever was involved with the writing. They even played the video game at all. Assassin's Creed felt more like a very dull, boring adaptation of the video game, which showcased a little or development within his character in a story that just feels really messy. Michael Fassbender and Jeremy Irons wasted their talent in this movie. Jeremy Irons is better than that. Why does he accept these type of roles? He was in The Lion King. He was in Die Hard 3. You know, Time Machine sucks. Aragon sucks, and so does this movie. You know, I think I'm sorry, but this is his like third worst movie ever. Like, when it comes to Jeremy Irons, this is like his third worst movie ever. Like, I don't understand why he takes these kind of roles, and I don't understand, you know, why they couldn't just use two different actors to play the character in the real world and the the past times. It could have been so much better, right? You know what? Screw this movie. That's all I gotta say.